All right, here is weekly reflection number 2. So it has actually been 4 weeks since weekly reflection number 1. I was, well, I'll be going over all this, but I was down the Cape with my family, with my girlfriend, um, and just didn't get to filming. So it has been 4 weeks, and let's get to it. So this is weekly reflection number 2, and I'm going to go over my reflection for the week, update for my wrist and my knee, my progress with NVSN Nutrition, and lay out my upcoming week. So with my reflection, I have 14 questions that I asked myself with my weekly reflection, and I'm gonna I'm gonna put them on the screen so you guys can see them. But first one is, what steps did I take towards the 8 disciplines? So firstly, in the past month, I read Red Rising. I forget the author, but it is a fiction book, and it was very, very good. Um, it's in a series of 6 books, so I'm currently on the second one. I'm like maybe 60, 100 pages on the second one, which is called Golden Sun. But Red Rising, I mean, it was an amazing book. I was like stuck to it, would read it for hours, like for multiple days, and it was extremely, extremely good. For health, I've just been working out, and I've gone back into cardio. So with my knee update, you'll get more about this. But within the past week, I've gotten back into doing cardio, running, and getting my lungs better for soccer. For career, I've been having a lot of progress with NVSN Nutrition. So since my first weekly reflection, I've added a couple other things to NVSN Nutrition, like Who Am I page, other things, and I'm adding right now videos of either myself or people on the internet where I acquired most of my knowledge from, um, to back up the things that I'm professing on that nutrition course. And then I also need to, in the future, I have all the nutrition done, but I want to do like a physical activity, resistance training, kind of like cardio segment as well, like a couple, maybe 1 to 3 modules that I'll put on there for the second half of what you need to be healthy, like your nutrition and then what you do to move. So NVSN Nutrition, that's coming along very well. And I have 3 people that I'm putting it through. I'm at 4 people that I'm putting it through right now. Just family, friends, and relatives. Just like completely for free, just to see what they can get out of it. People that I actually care about and I want to get healthy. So I'll see how they do with it, and then also they can give me feedback on the course in general. But I'm really excited to see how I go with them, and I'll be having weekly meetings with them to make sure that they're adhering to what they need to adhere to for the nutrition course. For relationships, I'll talk about this later, but I've just spent a lot of time with my friends and my family, so that's been good. Emotional, so I started journaling actually, which I honestly never thought I was going to do, but I watched a great video, and I adopted this guy's way of journaling. It was um, a video on YouTube by Raisu called "A Notebook That Will Save You from Infinite Scrolling." Not that I do scroll infinitely. I think I got into like one span for like 45 minutes the other day, where was scrolling on like Instagram for a while, but I think that was the only time I did the past 4 weeks. Um, so in the journal, actually I have it right here. So basically, you set it up with 2 pages. You label the month, and so we're in July right now. So I have all the days listed out and all the days 1 through 31, and then on each line, at the end of the day, I write one thing, the biggest thing about that day that'll have me remember that day. And then I have habits that I track to the right. And so right now I'm tracking 5 habits. I'm tracking my reading, so reading for at least 30 minutes a day. I'm tracking working on NVSN Nutrition for at least an hour, 2 hours plus a day. Video prep, so preparing for these videos as well as other YouTube videos I'll be making. 4 is cardio because we're getting closer to preseason and soccer season, so I'm really need to get started back up on that because I've been off it for like 3 weeks because of my knee. And then the 5th one is sleep. So I want to track the habit of making sure that I get up every morning when my alarm clock goes off instead of snoozing it like 3 times, and then I wake up like 30 minutes later. So at the end of each day, I write down one sentence about that day, and then I either bubble in or X out the habits, whether I did them or not. And then on the other page of July, I have kind of just my goals for July, what I need to be working on and thinking about on a daily basis. And then other things I can just, whenever I feel like it or want to, I can label the date and the time and just journal about anything that I'm thinking about, feeling, want to document, stuff like that. And I usually have a to-do list, but I created an activity hierarchy for like if I ever like actually don't have anything to do, which I always do have things to do, but I just created an activity hierarchy, and it's 6 things. First would be working on Envision Nutrition. Second is preparing for YouTube videos. Third is reading. Fourth is journaling. 5 is just going for a run, and 6 is just doing calisthenics. That's if I like actually have nothing or like am in a place where there's not really many things to do. Anyways, this way of journaling has been really helpful, and I like remembering everything that I've done for the month, like reading what I did over these days and over the weeks. Makes me remember it, and I like it. And the habit tracking, I think, is very important, which I'm reading Atomic Habits along with Golden Sun. So I think it's a very good thing that I'm doing, and I continue to move forward with it. For financial, so I went to Chase to apply for one of their credit cards. Right now, I have a high yield savings account with Wealthfront, and then a bank account, just a checking with Citizens Bank. And so I'm looking to get into Trace credit cards because I want to develop into having the Chase trifecta of 3 credit cards, which I learned about through the profession. Through his name is Daniel Isles. He's a YouTuber, and he like talks about the Chase trifecta. So I want to get into Chase. I applied for like the Freedom Flex or something like that, and was instantly denied. I'd never done this before. I was just talking to like one of the associates at Chase. But anyways, I think next time I'll apply. I'll create a checking account with Chase to have money in there, and then apply for the beginner credit card there, which is the Freedom Rise. And then once I have that, over months, I can build up the Chase trifecta, and then over the years. So I got that started. For adventure, so I did many things over the past 4 weeks. I was first down with, I was down with my girlfriend for like a day. That was awesome. And then I went with all my friends down to the Cape for a while, which was fun. And then my entire family came down the Cape for a week, and that was really good, friends and family. And then I also just came back from a party that my friend had at his house down there. And then for philosophical, maybe like the past couple of days, I listened to an episode on Modern Wisdom's podcast by Chris Williamson, and it was with Brett Cooper. And I think that like Brett Cooper is such a good person. Like she has great values, and I just loved listening to what she had to say and what Chris had to comment on it. I'm trying to think about what I really liked from that episode, like anything I could pull away specifically. Just the way our society is right now. Like they were talking about, like the crisis of online dating, how women are pushed to just go for their career instead of to prioritize being a mother. And I agree with her on pretty much all of her arguments there. All of her takes, they're good. So that was the steps that I took towards my goals, towards the 8 disciplines. Did my actions align with my values and principles? Most of the time, yes, they did. Did I manage my time effectively? Mostly, um, unless I was, well, down the Cape with my friends and family was awesome, and I was spending time with them. So that is effective time spent. But there's some downtime in between there, but I was reading Red Rising for a lot of that. What challenges did I face this week, and how did I overcome them? So one thing that I realized was, well, obviously I love being on vacation, but sometimes it kind of feels like a bit of a drag when I have all these things that I want to do and I haven't really um, achieved what I want to achieve in order to like kind of enjoy that vacation. It's awesome and I do enjoy it, but sometimes it's a trade off, right? I'm trading off time to like go on vacation instead of working on NVSN nutrition or videos or reading or um, like working out on my health, which I do a lot of that down there, but not as much as I am able to when I'm in my routine here. So sometimes it's just I like to be growing and working on myself here more than vacationing outwards. I love to vacation, but not 24/7, 365. Like, or at least right now, I don't. In the future, maybe. But right now, once you go 3, 4, 5 days, it's kind of like even one day when you just finish something and you're in the downtime, you're just like, oh, I wish I could just go to my laptop and work on Envision Nutrition. Um, but yeah, so that's how I feel. What lessons did I learn from mistakes and setbacks this week? How can I apply these lessons to future situations? So, my brother broke his arm, and I've had many setbacks like this in the past. I've broken multiple fingers, both my wrists, done my knee. And so, what I did during those times when I can't really be as physically active is I just reevaluate my priorities and how I want to be spending my time during the weeks, months where I'm not like playing my sports and being as physically active. Because when that goes away, you have all this more time and you need to figure out what to do with it. Um, Instead of just like watching videos all day or doing stuff, I would read. I would honestly learn a lot about nutrition. I'd learn about my injury so I could better like come back from the injury, learn more about like physical therapy exercises I could do for it when that time comes. Um, and so I'm just trying to help him develop something that he wants to be doing while he has all this extra time. What truly made me happy this week? Many things. Being on vacation was very fun, but I went on one highlight was I went on a 1 hour walk with my mom at night after dinner, and we had a great conversation. I invited my entire family, brother, sister, dad. They did not want to come, but my mom was more than welcome and excited to go. So um, we went on a walk together through neighborhoods and had a deep talk. And the more that I talk to my parents, like one on one, I just realized that they have just lived so much longer than I have. They have so many years and things that they pull on. Like I just asked my mom questions nonstop, and we just went through like different situations about her past or what we're going to do in the future, and it was just very fun to learn more about her, like about her job, all these different things. Um, what was my favorite part of the week? Probably going on a trip with my girlfriend. That was great, and also at the party I had, we went tubing in the ocean, and that was actually sick and so fun. What were the times I felt deep or strong emotions? How did they feel? What do I think of them? Did I handle them well? Reading Red Rising, I felt a lot of strong emotions: sadness, love, anger, happiness. That book was such a good book. And I like how it was written from like the male perspective, because the way that he shows, the way that he talks about the main character's love for his wife, just, it's like something that I can really resonate with like how deeply he feels those emotions. And then also like the morals of the people in the story, or like especially the main character, are things that I align with a lot as well. So it's a really interesting story, and I can't wait to keep reading it. Did you learn something about yourself this week? What is it? Um, I didn't learn something, but I do enjoy making progress in my life, and that is something that I just keep relearning every single time I do it. Before I started doing my video prep for this video by just answering these weekly reflection questions and setting up how I was going to structure the video, I was like, oh, like, do I really have to? But literally, I was like 20 minutes into doing it, and I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, I have done so much this week. I was looking through my journal, like things that I did for the past month, and I was like, this is, I've done so many things. Like, I can't wait to talk about this, document it. Um, so I really just enjoy the things that I do. If I was less afraid of other people's opinions, what would I say? I would tell people that they are fat. And this is something that I've thought about for a very long time, but like if I really didn't care about people's opinions, I would tell people that are fat that they're fat, and I would do it so that they would change what they're doing and actually get healthier. Um, because people are fat, and either they'll get mad or other people will get mad at you for calling them fat. But if you call them fat, even if it hurts them, even if it makes them sad or whatever, if it makes them change their behavior, then I think it's a 100% positive thing, because they become healthier. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be just calling them fat just to like poke at them and joke at them, but to, I mean, you could call them fat in like a nice way and say like, oh, like you should get healthy or whatever. But I would just straight up call people fat, call them out, bring back bullying fat people, and make them get healthier, because in the long run it will benefit themselves and everyone. So if I didn't care about people's opinions, I would call fat people fat. What are things that I'm hiding from myself? I couldn't really think of anything. What is the number one thing I must accomplish next week to feel better about myself? Um, so I've already gotten one of my 4 guinea pigs for my nutrition course up and running. Tomorrow I'm getting this, or actually tonight I'm getting the second and third, and then tomorrow the fourth. So I'll get them up and running on the nutrition course, have them going through it, and then have weekly meetings with them to make sure that everything's going nice and smooth. And I cannot wait to see what they do with their transformations and how they feel and what they think about it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do I feel about this week? This past 4 weeks. Honestly, I would rate it like an 8. It was very good, and I've come a long way with what I'm doing with Envision Nutrition and my reading and hanging out with my friends and family, all my 8 disciplines. I think that it was a very quality month. So that's my reflection of the week. Next is an update on my knee and wrist. So with my wrist, it's kind of pretty much the same. I don't remember how it was a month ago. I'd have to go look at the video, but I'm working out. I can pretty much do everything. Just a couple things hurt, like chin ups and sometimes after doing exercises, when I release that tension, like of a barbell or push-ups, handstand push-ups, something like that, it'll hurt for a second, but then the pain goes away, but I can still kind of feel it. So the wrist is pretty much fine, but I am going to get an MRI on it to make sure, because the doctor said that I could have some like torn cartilage in there. It takes like a year or so to heal. So we'll see how that goes. And then for my knee, my MRI came back after weeks of trouble with my insurance company. I was able to get my MRI and talk to the doctor, and he said that there are no apparent tears in my knee, so I am good to start gradually getting back into playing soccer and being active. Um, well, playing soccer because I've been active for the past week, but my knee is pretty good. It feels nice and strong. It's just a couple of twisting movements that I slightly feel unstable with. So I'll be gradually getting back into it. A month out of preseason we are. So I'll be getting better with that as the weeks come. Also, some things that I got, I just wanted to say. I'm getting the iPhone 15. It's on the way, trade out. So I'm getting a mouse, MOUS, extra protective mag safe case for that phone, because my other phone, the one I'm recording with, I pretty much broke like the week that I got it, or cracked, and then it's fully like cracked and shredded up. Still works. There's like a giant hole in the middle of the phone though that's black, so it's like wicked annoying, but workable. So I've been using that for like a couple months. But it's been 2 years, so we're able to trade out the phones. So the phone, the mouse, extra protective MagSafe case, and then I got a Anchor, that's a company, wireless charger that's MagSafe that I can put onto the back of the phone, and it will like magnetically stick so I can charge my phone. And I thought that would be very useful in college. And these are things, or the last two, the Anchor and then the last thing I'm talking about, I bought on Prime Day, so it was like a lot less. And then I got a laptop screen extender for my laptop. So I have my laptop and then I have another screen. So I have two screens now, and it makes it a lot better when I'm working, and I can do so many different things with the two screens up, and so the mouse can swing between both. A lot easier with like cutting and pasting and all different things. And then last thing, my layout for the upcoming week. So one, obviously, like I said, gradually ramp up my soccer as I'm 1 month out from preseason. Help set up my first few clients on Envision Nutrition. Continue to work on Envision Nutrition, adding videos to it, adding other things. And then when I'm done with that, then I'll start working on the second big chunk, which is the physical activity and resistance training part. And I'm going to continue to make some YouTube videos, read, journal, and then obviously just keep up my diet and training. That's my weekly review number 2. I'll see you guys for weekly review number 3.